why you look so unhappy? And why your car light so yellow? And your paint so dull?
Boy, we cast to be honest, right?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, tuned into ZIZ Radio and ready for Frank and Candid. I trust you had a restful, invigorative, positive weekend. You rested well and that you're prepared to face the vicissitudes and the vagaries that this week and the rest of your life, in fact, both of them have to offer. Thank you for being part of ZIZ Radio family. The lines are open already. We have an open line this morning. No special guests, no special topics. So you're free to call in and speak to us as per usual. 465-2555. Call us when you're ready and let us talk about whatever issues are on your mind. Okay, so feel free to engage with me and with us here at ZIZ and we'll be happy to ventilate your issues. Now, of course, since we were last here, which is last Friday, when we had a guest, we have noticed a number of developments. On Friday, of course, we had Vesta Southwell and Abdia Samuel talking about preparations for disasters in general, hurricanes in particular. Alright, tomorrow we're going to have a guest or some guests, and today we have an open line. But between last time and now, we've had a number of developments. You might want to comment on them. Let's take this caller. Okay, sorry. Right, we've heard the Prime Minister, for example. And yeah, hello caller, good morning.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Blake.
Good morning, sir.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine.
And I always love to hear your voice, man. You're sharp and to the point.
Thank you.
I learn a lot from you. Now, Mr. Blake, I have two complaints.
Sure.
Now, you see them have some yellow lines around the streets.
Of course.
And we all know why they put the yellow lines here. They mean no parking.
Precisely.
Right. So if they meet me or you vehicle park on the yellow line, most likely we will get a ticket because we break the law.
Of course.
Well, there is a law on the books for motorcyclists must have helmet.
Yeah, no, yeah, go ahead.
Nobody summons nobody for helmet.
Exactly.
That's one. Now, Saturday afternoon, I was going to town. Me and me madam and a pastor, 3 hours in the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
And when we come out the large gut, as you call it, large gut,
Yes.
right where the 7 Mile is, here
Seven.
comes a motorcycle round the corner by itself in the road, dragging coming round. So the driver that I was in, he had to jerk his steering wheel to the right suddenly to pull it off the motorcycle. So if a vehicle was coming around behind the motorcycle, bagadam, what a big accident it would have been there. Because he had to steer off the vehicle, the motorcycle, and so therefore he now end up over on the other side. When you look, the rider for the motorcycle in the street rolling round, and that only happened because he had his front wheel up in the air. And he couldn't control it coming around the bend.
So he fell off the motorbike?
Yes, fell off. Now, suppose there was a senior citizen, an elderly person who may be disabled, walking, going up there, and the motorcycle hit them. He could have killed them. I'm saying that to say this. For years, we have been complaining about these people all over the street with bicycle and motorcycle handle up in the air, and they passing all kind of police. And no police stopping them. There's someone in them, otherwise they would not have continued to be doing that foolishness. Now if that they mash up the car, why you would have tell the owner? Anyway, enough of that. The government has tried their best to help the children while they're out of school by giving them, what they call them, laptop or fancy car, some kind of pill. I don't know. But how many guardians make sure that the children use them for the rightful purpose that they were given to them? Even big people take with it, pill them, and got them doing what they want to do upon them. 6 months now since the children them out of school. How much of them learn the school lesson? How much of them catch up on it? The government need to take back all of them there who ain't learn, teach the children them nothing. Take them back and give them to who need them. And Mr. Blake, I thank you very much. God bless.
You're welcome.
Okay.
I'm going to make a response to him, but let me hear it from this other caller. Welcome. Okay, we missed him? Okay. Yeah, believe it or not, sometimes I wonder if there is in fact a law that speaks to motorcycle riders needing helmets, because the law is broken so blatantly, so regularly, without any form of compunction. You can't believe, visitors to St. Kitts will not believe that there's a helmet law. I mean, I just came from Cuba where I was posted for a while, and every man jack on a motorcycle, both the pillion rider and the rider himself, the pilot if you wish, are always motorcycle helmet clad, because it's such a big difference. The police officers don't hesitate to pull you over and confiscate the motorbike and arrest you, and you might be banned from riding a motorbike for the rest of your life. I spent over 2 years in Cuba. I've seen thousands. Cuba has almost 11 million people, remember? 11 million people, and because of the economic conditions, most persons can't afford to buy or own a vehicle. A car, sorry. Or a Jeep, as we call it, SUV. So the vast majority of folks who do have something motorized own a motorcycle. I've never seen one. Ladies and gentlemen, I've not seen one instance of people riding motorbikes without helmet. In a country of almost 11 million. Here we have 50,000, we say. Well, in St. Kitts, it's about 35. And by the way, I'm anxiously waiting to see what the results of the next census will be in terms of population, both actual size and the various demographic breakdowns. But here in St. Kitts, when was the last time I saw a motorcycle rider with a helmet on his head? You can't believe it's a law. Nobody obeys the law with respect to making sure that he dons a helmet before mounting a motorcycle. I would like to know what the traffic department, police department in general, traffic department in particular, has to say about that. It is just the norm for motorcycle riders to be up and down, parking in front of police officers, parking in front of police officers without a helmet. It is the same applies to tint, dark tint on vehicles. You can't believe there's a law that speaks to that. So many vehicles, including buses and so on, are up and down the road with tint so dark you really cannot see from either close or far what's going on, the number of persons in the vehicle, what is inside the vehicle, or anything like that. Sometimes vehicles with dark tint pass me and blow me up. I don't respond because I have no idea who's inside there. You can't believe there's a lot that speaks to that either. Let's take this other caller. Hello, good morning.
Greetings in the name of our great African ancestors, especially the most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey and Queen Nzing, and in the spirit of the great Pan-Africanist, C.A.R. James out of Trinidad and Tobago. Now I'd like to speak on an issue that the judgment was handed down in the Jamaican High Court, that Galaxy can't go to public school, you know. You look like we African people like take one step forward and 20 steps backwards. You want to tell me, in a country, an African country in terms of its population, not geographical, you know, population-wise, an African country, if you don't mention that, I was a victim in the late 70s going to Bastille Senior High School, that it was known then. Refused to cut my locks, but I'm not the subject, you know, of that today. You know, I just saw this nonsense. Come on, you know, the Jamaican government should be ashamed of themselves because the Attorney General, she should have never taken that to, should have argued against that, and that should have never reached in the High Court. And the DDP is a joke too. Because, you see, when one thing is happening in one Caribbean country, it spread like a virus. And I hope I will never, in my lifetime in the physical, see that nonsense. I don't know what the licensing and needs pertaining to locks. Whether you can go to school and your children go to school with locks, and people in the civil service work, you know, got locks and could work. But I hope, I don't know what the lie is, some man could update me and then, but I hope that will never happen again in no country, in our island, in the Caribbean. Our children must go to school whether it lacks whatsoever, breaks or what. You just got to be clean. That's all. You know, this nonsense, man, like this aches me and it just make me angry to see our people, African people. That's why our liberation gonna be slow, because we got too many traitors in the African race. We got to fight the enemy within and our common enemies. You know, this thing is just ridiculous. And the Jamaican government need to go and pass a law in the Jamaican quote-unquote parliament and say anybody have a right, any children have a right to come to school with locks, even if the head covered or whatsoever. We got to done with them Eurocentric nonsense backwardness. You know, the time has come. Long gone. Our ancestors don't fight for them things. Modern tells me don't fight for them things. I, sacrificing St. Kitts and Nevis, set the example. And another brother, two other brothers beside me in the 70s.
Okay.
And this is what we're going through again? Come on, that's utter nonsense. Continue to listen, Pan-Africanism and perish.
We have another caller? Okay. My understanding of the case in question is that the ruling says that the school, the material school here, did not infringe the child's right by insisting that she had to undertake certain actions to her hair before being allowed in. That it did not infringe her constitutional right as a Jamaican. That's a totally different case from saying that the ruling dictated that children with locks can't go to public school. That the law did not say that. The result, the judgment did not say persons with locks cannot go to public schools. That was not what the judgment said. The judgment said that the particular case, school in question, did not breach the child's rights by insisting that she meets certain conditions prior to entry as a student. And there's a totally different, the massive difference here between those two positions. But I want to go back to Culture's concern about helmets. Let's take another caller first. We'll take a series of calls and then see what we can do thereafter. Welcome to Frank and Candid.
Good morning, Mr.
Good morning, ma'am.
Andy. I would like to know that if there is no sanitary officer working over in Gateway.
No what?
Any sanitary officer that works in Gateway.
Okay.
There is some dirty lots here with a lot of trashes and things and a lot of rats running around the place. And we would like to see a sanitary officer visit the village of Gateway.
Okay, I promise you
Please do that for me.
I'm going to call the
Yes.
Chief Health Inspector as soon as I leave here.
And let them walk the village of Gateway yard to yard. There was some dirty lots.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's take another caller. Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
And good morning to the listeners home and abroad. Carl Brown here.
Very well.
So, I've been hearing that hotels are going to be opening back up soon.
Yes.
Quite a few number of weeks ago, I made a nice dancer yard suggestion to them because, you know, mainly lots of these hotels were catering for the outside tourists.
Foreigners, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, as I was saying to them, people can go back to many of the archives and the talk shows where I keep suggesting to these hotel owners, because, you know, many of them were out the reach of the local people to go and spend a time at some of these hotels.
Right. Yeah, only people like you could afford it.
Right. So now that COVID had come to show them what I was trying to put to them several years now, that they can now go to this as they are now getting the rights to open back up. Hear what is happening. Some dancer yard suggestions. Now the people are come to them. Do some similar package in terms of offering some 3 days, 4 days, 5 days package to our local tourists here. Let us call ourselves that, because that's the only way they're going to make any income now. So we now become the local tourists. And you could have families, you could do a family package of 5, 4, 6, wherever. You could do a package for three, a special for three persons come.
Hey,
You
Cal.
get some, you know?
Cal,
Hey.
the hotel owners and managers have heard this advice. They've received this information. They've heard this suggestion again and again. They're just not taking us on.
Exactly, they're not taking me on, and it's years
So you might,
before anybody heard about COVID. I have been putting this to them.
you might as well save your energy, because they know, they very well know that this is a sensible suggestion, and they're not taking us on. So let it rest. That's my position, because they very well know.
Well, now they get the rights to open back up. That's the only how they're going to survive, and what's going to be happening. So if they take this stimulus special package that I have been affording them for free, all for free, sir, right? They will be able now to decrease the unemployment rate that we have now, because they will be able now to hire back a fuel of their workers, because locals now will be coming to the hotel to spend a time. And where Social Security now will get a ease from the stimulus package, because more and more people will be going back to work.
Okay.
And the economy now will start moving more than how we're moving now, because local income will be coming into the government and all the departments that these things need to be paid to.
Very well.
So I hope now, as they don't have the meeting and they are getting the rights to open up, that they will take up the offer now and offer some specials to the locals, because a lot of us could not afford it. We wanted to spend time in the hotels, but we can't afford it. It's way beyond our income that we are making. I'm gone, sir.
Thank you.
Back.
Thank you. I definitely agree. The hotel should offer incentive packages to locals. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Two things. The school in Jamaica is not the public sector. It was a private school.
Yeah, that's the point of
But I don't agree with the judgment.
Right.
Next thing, I've been hearing the government of St. Kitts Nevis has given this stimulus package and continues to see to it that workers in general are not suffering. And I'm hearing the Chamber of Commerce urging people to support local and to help not kill the economy. But I'm yet to hear the Chamber of Commerce call on its member businesses to put a package together themselves to extend something to the same public that they're appealing to, a couple $100 million to stimulate the same economy too, and to help the government to keep the economy up. They can't expect the government alone to be carrying the burden. We don't know how long this COVID thing is going to last.
Would you be so kind as to give an example as to what you think the CIC should do?
Yes. I believe most of the leading business places are members of the chamber. You don't think they can raise between them even 10 million, even 1 million? They can't just be asking and not putting their hand in their pocket. It's government alone trying to keep the people alive. So what is the chamber doing?
Let me understand you. You're suggesting that the chamber does something, raise some funds.
Yes.
For government.
The hand into the pocket.
I thought
CDC give her 50,000. Hartford give another 50. Call all the businesses. They donate until it reach about 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, 10 million. They have that money. They make that kind of profit over the ages. They should be able. Government should not have to be the only one to give in the stimulus package. Because then it seems as if it's government facilitating the chamber's members getting rich. And sooner or later the government money will run out. Because if the border doesn't open and external money don't come in, and bearing in mind that monies are going out. Every week the ships still come with the food from overseas. That's billions of dollars going out. Soon the pot here are empty. The chamber putting in nothing.
Do you think that it is possible that the chamber is in fact doing something like that, but that we the public don't know?
Oh, we need to know.
Okay.
What secret they're dealing with?
No, just a thought.
We need to know.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much. We take another caller. Hello?
Yeah, I had to call again. God, you took a abbreviated version of what the court said. So, do you have that ruling in front of you?
That's it?
No, I asked you a question. Answer.
No,
Do you have that ruling in front of you? You can't be spreading propaganda
Excuse
and
me,
do
sir.
your own version.
Excuse me,
say
sir.
exactly, pull it up
Excuse
and
me,
say
sir.
exactly what the court said.
Excuse me, sir. You cannot dictate.
Don't tell me no, sir. My name is Nabu.
Yeah. Right. This program is not for that kind of aggressive interventions here. Let's take another caller. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Okay, I'll give my 2 cents now.
Definitely.
On this COVID thing and speaking about monies and monies, because as a man that listen playing on the radio, I listen people, and right now people speaking, and I think it's a lot of hypocritical people just calling in like to make the government look bad too.
Okay.
And they ain't watching themselves and they live with it. Listen to me. I learn from my mistakes. You understand?
Right.
And saving is a big part of black people's life in the ghetto. You understand? We have COVID, right? A lot of people ain't working, or a lot of people ain't working from since this amount of months or whatever. But yet, you have time you want to party all weekend. Nobody's saying you can't party. But when you check what's going on in the world, sometimes you got to take a step back and watch the road before you make a drive. Because the road is ditchy right now. A lot of ditch in the road, a life. I'm speaking about life. You understand? Now, everybody want to go hotel and put it up on Facebook and WhatsApp. I mean, me have a problem with nobody going hotel. But if you cannot drink tea tomorrow morning when you don't went hotel for the weekend, vex with nobody out there. You understand?
Yes, sir.
This is hurricane season. Nobody really watching the hurricane who gonna come, etc. But yet, everybody want to go hotel, especially a lot of these young children, and they putting pressure on the family, the mother, the father, the sister, the brother, the uncle to go hotel, and they do not have it. Sit down with the children them and tell them you don't have it. This is what's going on in the world today. Don't try to pressure yourself to say, oh, everybody gotta live and everybody gotta feel good. And you know you don't have it. Where you gonna get it from tomorrow, you're putting pressure on yourself. If you ain't teach them, they're gonna go that way all the time until you don't have it. And then when you see them getting it, and you ask them where they get it, and they told you how they getting it, yeah, they're laying on their back, etc. You're gonna still feel away. This is not the time to be wasting up unnecessarily money, and then you come on the radio and blame the government and say, oh, the government ain't giving this stimulus package done and etc. And you have your money trying to, yeah, me saying you can't make your children and feel good, but you got to let them know this is hard times too. And that there's a big hurricane comes in next week, and the place to get mashed up. What's gonna happen again? Everybody gonna blame the government for your nonsense spending. You say me have $1, try save 50 cents out of it.
Okay.
If you used to go to a restaurant every weekend, cut it back. Go one weekend.
Okay.
This thing a lot of people ain't doing, and I see this all the time. And people bawling that they broke the books, but when they get the money, they run in a hotel, they run this, that, because of Facebook and the media. The socializing and the media. We got to be real in this place.
Very well.
At the end of the day, I ain't lending out my money, I work hard for I got bills to pay. And me ain't giving a careless people nothing.
Okay.
This thing got to be real, and if you ain't real, you're gonna be fake then. Come real in this time.
Okay, thank you.
Stop spend your money unnecessarily right now.
Okay, point
made.
Something,
man.
Thank you.
And teach you them the right.
Ivy.
Yeah, Mr. Blake.
Okay, let's take another caller. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Blake, I want to concur with a few callers. You know, like the lady over there, and the other one who said that the chamber was putting something. I agree with them, but like you said, we don't have the chamber doing it and they ain't saying, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But if they ain't doing it, they need to do it. and especially this last caller here before me, he's so right. Granny used to say, cut and contrive. Take little and live long. In this kind of time here, if you drop a penny, you got to look back and take it up. This is not the time for nobody to waste the money. No. The lady from Deep Bay who said that the sanitary wharf injured them, they need to come Deep Bay. Mr. Blake, while you were in Cuba, a years how you talk about the wharf injured them ain't doing nothing. But you got to blame the person who in charge of the wharf injured them. They're hearing us here. Now, if you see how you have to come in your shop to come get up your cheese, what are you going to do? Mow the cheese or kill the rat? You kill the rat.
Definitely.
Because when the customer come in and they see the cheese, they go where cheese, they go buy cheese. The wharf injured them ain't doing the work, and the people over the clinic in charge of the wharf injured them ain't doing nothing. They're deliberately sabotaging the work. The place supposed to keep clean, and they ain't doing it. And when we talk, just like you tell Carl Brown, it's like we banging a dead horse. This is my word. They're hearing us and they ain't doing nothing, so we may as well chop your hand. Thank you, Brother Blake.
Thank you. Okay, let's take another caller because clearly you cannot drink whiskey on a Marby salary. Hello, caller.
Good morning, Brother Blake. How are you?
Hey, bud, not bad at all.
Oh, man. Wonderful program as usual, and you're sticking to your consistency. That's one thing with you. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Anyway, Brother Blake, I agree with my cousin over there in Tabernacle. You understand? I believe that if the chambers is doing something, they're supposed to come out and tell us what they're doing. You understand? Because everything is not on the government response in the kind of situation we be into right now. I believe a lot of these business so we support year in, year round is we keeping them up. If something like that, they're supposed to contribute into this fund to help the ordinary woman and man in the country because the money will circulate. The money going back to them. So are you looking for some of that now? Because we don't know when this pandemic gonna over. You understand?
Definitely.
And the next thing again, Brother Blake. Now, with the situation of the borders and all those things, right? People see that the government is trying to upgrade the mask thing, that people should wear the mask. Because the border must open some point at time, Brother Blake.
Yes.
And I'm agree with that. Because the country must make money must turn over. We got to we got to go out there and think with others, and these things got to take place. But I believe some people, they don't want to go by precaution, they don't want to go by the law. I don't know why it's so hard for them. No, but I believe the next thing with this lot of spending, this spending is unnecessary spending. People just go buy what they don't want. They're supposed to try to save something, put up something. I got a problem to see people every day in town spending under the situation. And when you look to spend half the money, they're going to blame somebody else. Oh, government no this, government no that. You understand? You're in a house rent to pay, you're in a house rent to pay maybe $800 a month. Man, sacrifice yourself and pay your money. You know, a lot of people complaining to me, landlord complaining to me, so that because of this COVID, some of them like the wolf, you don't want to compare. And they're spending, making all kind of money. One of them tell me that he pay, someone pay 800. That is a full come give. You understand? And they got to meet the bank with a mortgage too. And all the situation because people do these things because they want to see people upgrade their life and to live a life. Because I myself want to do a little thing too. You know, in the future that when we get old, we could get something, a little house pan rent, a little property pan rent to get back something in my old age. If the Lord help me to survive so long. And people must get a conscience, man. They must get a conscience and cut down on the nonsense spending. You are spending. Everything I see people got I want. I in a house rent, and I want to get the best furniture in your house. Put them in your own house. But I believe you have a wonderful day. God bless.
Thank you, sir. All right, let's take another caller. Hello.
Good morning, sir, Mr. Blake.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, this is Sugar.
Very well.
You're a good man, eh? And you cannot have people disrespecting you like that.
Definitely not.
You know what I'm talking about?
Of course.
But I'm going to stand by and watch to see the knowledge that he got. I want to see if you still call you back.
Don't worry about that, man.
That's what I'm waiting for.
I see.
But anyway, if he call you back, I will estimate the knowledge he got. But if he call you back, you could answer him same.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want you to become like him.
Definitely not.
All the best to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Let's take another caller. Hello? Hello? Okay, we missed him or her. That's a shame. I also what? Okay, let's take a quick station break, and then we'll be right back in a minute or less.
Cathy's restaurant is now open on the Frigate Bay Strip Thursday to Sunday from 5 in the afternoon. And when in the Bastia area, visit Cathy's Snacket on Central Kibo Avenue in McKnight. Open daily at 12 noon for lunch and quick bites. Call Cathy's Snacket on Central Kibo Avenue in McKnight at 665-0561. Cathy's Snacket serves local dishes such as stewed mutton and pork, fried fish, baked and barbecue chicken, seasoned rice and mashed potatoes, local drinks and quick bites such as burgers, fries and much more. Call Cathy's Snacket at 665-0561 to order.
To avoid getting the coronavirus, remember to wash your hands thoroughly and frequently before and after preparing food, after using the toilet or changing a diaper for a baby, sick person, or the elderly, after blowing your nose, and after leaving large gatherings or moving away from persons who appear ill. Encourage others to wash their hands and also use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer of 60 to 70% solution. Stay away from events having large gatherings of people. You can expose yourself to more possible infections in large groups. Also, avoid sharing cutlery, cups, glassware, etc. with others. Viruses can linger on these items and may be transferred this way. Avoid shaking and holding hands, and hugging or keeping an infected person in close proximity. This is a message from the Ministry of Health and the National Emergency Management Agency.
Come to Sun Pharmacy for all your prescription medication and healthcare supplies. 2 convenient locations: Keon Street next to the Chinese supermarket and in the food court at Port Zante. Sun Pharmacy, we care about your health. Telephone 466-1074 or 466-1077. Sun Pharmacy, your pharmacy. Sun Pharmacy accepts all bank cards and medical insurance plans from Nagico Insurance, Sagico Insurance, and National Caribbean Insurance.
My name is John Barsa, and I'm the Acting Administrator for the U.S. Agency for International Development. The U.S. is working with our Caribbean neighbors to fight COVID-19. USAID is helping health workers prevent, detect, and treat COVID-19 and provide care to those affected. For years, we've worked with our partners in the region to improve the lives of the Caribbean people. We've gotten through trying times before, and we'll get through this together.
This message was brought to you by the United States Agency for International Development.
Welcome back, and welcome caller to Frank and Candid.
Yes, Mr. Blake, Carl Brown here again. Mr. Blake, another suggestion for the toll and taxi personnel. You know, it's quite a while now they haven't been holding nothing substantial in their hand.
Right.
Now, a suggestion for them, some dancer yard tourism special again. Here what they could do. They got a lot of them got all these bus and truck park up. Not come from overseas. Well, offer some local specials, man, and offer to we, the local tourists, to take us on tours to the island, to the different tourism sites and so, and get some income coming in for you and your family. And you could pay something here and there, a little 100, a little, 200 here and there, because you are advertising, as offering special on tours to all. Even on Friday night, Friday night, Saturday and Sunday night is big time on the strip. Offer some special to take people to the strip and back home, or back to a bus stand. What you say, Mr.
Yeah, that makes sense. The Scenic Railway tour, the Scenic Railway organized a tour for locals, strictly for locals, a week or two ago, and it was fairly well patronized. I'm not sure if it was very well advertised, but I think more persons would have been there if it were more widely advertised, and exactly what you're talking about.
And that's our problem here in the Federation, Mr. Blake. We are poorly sales and advertisement personal, but yes, we want our product to be out there. How are we going to be out there if you're not offering it to me? How am I going to know what you are selling, what you are marketing if you don't advertise it to me?
Yeah, well,
That time you have to be creative, Mr. Blake. Not come from abroad. Dance a yard, no man.
I agree.
And too much people you want to do things. Some people tell you they ain't going to Brixton Hill in 30 years. This is time now to get some of the elderly, some of the middle-aged school children, them up there on a little special in your safari truck, in your big bus, in your 14-passenger bus and all them things there. Offer some special, get some work out there to bring in some income to you and your family. People ain't going to botanical gardening here, right? You got all these sites here over the peninsula and all those things. Offer some specials. You got this trip there now open. They go open till 12 and 1 now. Offer some special to carry people there. Carry people to the docks on Sunday night. You know the docks is one of the biggest thing around here Sunday night. A good line. Get some special offer to take people there and bringing them back.
Okay.
How these people can be so creative?
Okay, Carl, I hear you loud and clear. Thank you. Of course, I am not even sure if we need to be so passionate about this thing. To me, this is commonsensical. Good morning, caller.
Brother Blake.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, me again. Brother Blake, what I realize, right? You know that you got these abandoned houses, abandoned land, up and down the place, run away with bush. What the government is doing now with the step workers and some of the park and beaches workers, they're going around and cleaning up some of those land around people area. That is something very good. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But what I observe in certain village, some people don't clean the yard at all. They live in the yard and don't clean the yard. They wait till park and beaches and the step workers them come around, those guys who work on the road, to cut the yard for them.
Yeah, but the park and beaches, they don't cut private property.
No, but some people take maybe they take the chance and they go and do it. You understand?
Okay.
But it's not they're leaving more people. They got a yard. It's supposed to pay somebody to clean the yard, and all these things only cheating. And when done, somebody gonna blame the government. Somebody gonna blame this. Somebody gonna blame that. You understand? But whoever responsible for them workers with here, they should not allow the workers them to go there and clean nobody's yard like that. If you got an empty land where surround people and nobody live there, you go clean it because they provide for that. But not go clean people who live in the yard and only when park and beaches come around, the yard clean. Disturb in other neighborhood with a load of high grass in the yard. Mosquito and all kind of thing affect them. All right then, Blakey.
Okay then. Yeah, let's take another caller. Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yes, I'm on the air.
You are, my sister.
Yeah, I want to support you. That's a very good idea because I born in St. Kitts, raised, and I never been to Brimstone Hill one time. I think that's a very, very good idea to the taxi them to take around people and, you know.
Sure.
So that's a very good idea. Support him 100%. Good morning, Mommy.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay.
Okay. Where are we now? We have another
Brother
caller?
Blake.
Yes, sir.
I'm back. I'm going to stick to my point.
Mm-hmm.
The law is the law with no exception. If you're going to summon somebody for park on a yellow line, they lower the motorcycle up and down the road again without helmet. It's just yesterday an ex-police were talking to me about the same thing. And now look at it today, you. You have seen it. You say in Cuba, you know, everybody on the motorcycle, and when you see them showing Cuba, you could see it. In America, if they catch you on a cyclist in the government road without a helmet, you pay the penalty. Helmet, some of them don't go to about I warning them not to put a helmet. Thank you, Brother Blake.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is interesting. We'll see what this caller says and then have a response. Hello, caller.
Mr. Blake, good morning.
Hey.
Jacqueline and Culture, good morning. Mr. Blake.
Talk to me.
It's very, very frightening at night and in the day to see these young boys all caught by the station. Mr. Blake, you raised last year, Culture raised village, Jacqueline raised your town. But when we seen with this police force, You don't even see them assembling outside by the police station like how it used to be.
That's right.
So, and the daily offenses where they're watching live. You ain't seen that? I was on in front of the police station just about 4 days ago. I watched the same thing what culture talking about. The same thing what the lady talking about. Is the truth. Nobody bashing police. But police gotta understand that they got to keep this thing to a level. If we could see what happened to them. Mr. Blake, I want to touch one more thing.
Go right ahead.
It doesn't make no sense going on the health department.
Really?
And I'm telling you, if this government don't make a move to correct what's going on in Sinkit, especially officials down there in the health department, they're going to hear me more often. I'm going to email me letters to them. Have a good day.
All right, you too, brothers. Okay. All right. Now, I wonder how many persons are aware that we have a very high number of police officers. And when we add the Defense Force personnel, St. Kitts and Nevis, given its population, has one of the highest ratio police officers or security officers per population ratio in the world. I wonder how many persons are aware of that. And so you wonder, where are these officers? Where are these men? Where are these law enforcement individuals? Why is it we're not seeing them? Why is it we don't feel more of their presence? Why are so many things, especially with respect to traffic, being allowed to take place when we have so many police officers? We have far more per capita than almost any other island in the Caribbean. We have just last month we had a passing out of police officers, and last week a passing out of Defense Force officers. The numbers keep increasing. We know a lot of them leave for one purpose or another every year, but the intake is greater than the output. The intake is greater than those who leave. And we would like to see far more of that. It's really interesting how motorcyclists are allowed to ride freely without helmets. And with respect to the so-called youngsters riding bicycles, I mean, they ride on sidewalks, they ride the wrong way up and down one-way streets, they ride in the middle of the road, they have no regard for anyone or anybody, including police officers, and they're allowed to get away with that. I heard Officer Donnelly this morning say that they have a number of bicycles at the police station which they take away from youngsters. Maybe they need to take away more. Maybe they need to take them all away. Because you hardly find a youngster riding a bicycle in a proper, decent manner on our roads. 9 out of 10 times, or 19 out of 20 times, or maybe 99 out of 100 times, we find these youngsters riding in a manner that does not lend itself to proper road etiquette. And they very well know better. But they're being allowed to get away with it. And I have learned a long time ago that when you allow an individual to get away with a so-called minor offense, he gravitates towards greater offenses because he figures there's no penalty.
Can I jump in here just a tiny bit?
Sure.
Because I know these youngsters, they're sort of endangering themselves and pedestrians and people on the road. Can we start advocating for a place that they can take their skills? Because a lot of the bikers that we're seeing right now has developed pretty good skills on the bikes. And I'm not a person who like to hold down and choke off skills. I was a roller skater, I used to be on the road, and I'm sure they used to say the same thing too.
I remember seeing you.
But we used to enjoy, and we used to, and it was good that nobody gotten hurt. That's to a point that getting knocked down and so. But I would like us to advocate for a place where these young guys can go, ride their bike, develop some more skills, because
and have competitions.
Even Culture would know that as good a biker he was, I don't think he could have popped wheelie. and if you look around, if you have 20 bikers, at least 19 of them could pop wheelie. Many of us can't do it. We tried it, but it just wasn't a culture. We just didn't get it, and these youngsters got it, and they got some real good skills. And I would hate to chastise them to a point of locking them up and taking away the bikes, like how we went through back in the day when they took away scooters and all these kind of things. They was hampering us as kids with talents. these kids got some good talents. Let's advocate for a place where they can go and
I agree that 100%. But what we want to do, we don't want to take away the bicycles. We don't want to lock them up. Of course, now we just want to see them use the roads correctly. They need to stop doing a lot of because they very well know that what they're doing is not correct. And I agree. We have created Heroes Park. We can very well create a bicycle park. The land is there. Let us clear away a couple of acres, 3-5 acres, and youngsters can go and do their thing there. And like I said, we can.
That is something I would like to see, because
we can expand that into having competition from time to time.
That we use, and it was really good. We can't use that anymore. So, but that would be great. I mean, it would open up. I'm sure a lot of parents would like to take the kids and teach the kid to ride a bike, but there's no way really to do so.
That's another point.
Like
exactly.
that, I think would kind of come, bring some.
Correct.
Some
That's a good suggestion to take to the Minister of Sport, who is also the Minister of Youth.
Yes.
And
yes.
so
and
that is going to be
kids
done.
out of trouble.
Definitely.
Ain't everybody to play basketball, football,
correct,
tennis. So if we could find a place somewhere, just a platform,
right,
and these guys could go out and really have fun, some fun, because they are really doing some good skills, some good acrobatic stuff and so. And I like to see them. I do just hope they don't get in problems, and I really would like them to come off the road. But, we can't just say, come off the road and nowhere there to go, because that's the only place they can.
And I put it to you, the vast majority of us would like to see them exhibit their skills and enjoy themselves, but not doing it in the road
that's
as they are
right,
doing
not
now.
In the road.
So we need to correct one,
push some
and improve the other.
You know.
Yeah, I agree. Thanks a lot for that. We can go back to the lines and take another caller. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Blake.
Yes, sir.
Rascal, don't go. Rascal.
No, he's right here. He's right here.
I'm not even be talking like that as radio host. I must come in town and don't put Sante and watch these youngsters how they behave and how they get on when people talk to them. Nobody saying they ain't got good skills. We know they got good skills. When you roller skate, you used to the back of the category. You're going styling off your body on the vehicle. This is the point, Rascal. I have, as radio host, I am saying to people, nobody bashing the youths them. But no, right and wrong. I just talk and string these people to do bad things, Have a good day, Mikey.
Yeah. Man, as I didn't say that you were bashing the kids. What we're saying is don't just be one-sided and say, let's take away the bikes and do this and do that and arrest them, because that's what you're going to be hearing. What we're saying is, look, see if we can get some place where they can go. And you can, because, you speak to a kid and the kid get on really out of hand. Don't mean that you should just give up on them, That's just how it is. They're rebellious. When you're a kid, you're rebellious. So, don't use that as, come down and see how they go on.
Yeah, but so it's not automatic. It is not inevitable that youngsters be rebellious. I have been a teacher all my life, and fortunately, I can tell you the vast majority of students who have passed through my hands have not been rebellious. Those who have been rebellious, those who have been out of order, really indisciplined and so on, I have been in the minority. So
you can't give up on them.
Yeah, even though they're the smaller number, but to say that young people in general are rebellious, I really don't subscribe to that. All of us have the tendency to be rebellious. All of us have the potential to be rebellious and to do really terrible things. But we exercise self-control, which is what it is, which is what it means to be human. To be human means to exercise self-control and not to just do things willy-nilly without thinking of consequences. Let's take another caller. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, I'm glad to hear Rascal say what he say. I'm really glad. I need help. I need help to advocate these kind of things for the youth. People passionate against, I am passionate for. When I hear the motorbikes them coming in the evening, I rush to look. And I don't know how, there seems to be a difference between those guys in the city and those in the country. Those in the countryside that passed me up to the day before yesterday afternoon, I watching them, all of them got on a helmet. And I agree with Rascal, and I'm going to be advocating, pressuring the government and the two new ministers to clear off piece of land, 2 pieces of land, one in the country, one in the town. Especially Friday afternoons, fathers can take their sons to teach them to ride bicycle and all those things. I will even advocate for a swimming pool, a pool to be at least the 2 sites.
Yeah, and fathers can take their daughters too.
Huh?
Fathers can take their daughters as well, their sons and daughters.
Yes, to teach them to swim and all those kind of things. I would even volunteer to give swimming lessons. There are lots of interaction that need to take place between the adults and the youth.
Definitely.
And it's kind of pitiful that we feel so passionate against what they're doing, but Lord, no. Nowhere else there for them to ride. Nowhere else there for them to ride. Every road is a road. A road in Newtown is the same as 4th Street. So we got to be a little more compassionate. I'm not advocating that they should, break the law. And please, I'm begging all you, let's stop the police. We're doing good. Do not stop the police. Because I don't want to see the police putting anybody's throat. Left the police. They're doing a good job. Youngsters, they're interacting well with the community. Please don't stir them up.
No, we're not stirring up a soul.
Let's stir them up. Let alone.
Very well.
Let them know what they're doing.
Okay, let's take another caller. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Morning, sir.
Good morning.
This is Sugar. I just called to support Mr. Rascal. I think Rascal bring up a good point there. And if they get a place here, they could make money off of it. We could pay to go to see these things.
Okay, that could help the maintenance of the facility. Mm-hmm.
You see? It's sports and we pay to go to see it. But right now, in the public, no, it's not good. And money out there could be made in it, but you only need somebody to collect it. Okay, see you.
Right. Okay, that was our last caller, ladies and gentlemen. We have one more. We'll take just one more call, and that will be it for today. Welcome to Frank and Candid, and congratulations on being the last caller.
Mr. Blake?
Yes, sir.
You know when me and Lappy and Scott and Nigel were racing?
Uh-huh.
One afternoon we went to Sandy Point and we got a fellow up on a moped to come and give us a draft. And do you know, we outrun he when we reach up on Trinity Hill? We leave him behind here. That is what we were able to do with our muscles. Outrun engine with speed. And I could have popped wheel. Any one of us could have popped wheel if we wanted to, but we ain't in that. We're in speed. That's what I have in Tour de France. And that's what I have in the Olympics. I'm not saying that those guys who lifting up the wheel the drum. And in the days of Mr. Bradshaw, and they gave us a land up going Frigate Bay on the right hand side here by a generator. And then after that, a white man went and take it up and shove up that, and we ain't get no place to go. No bicycle supposed to be riding in the square. And when they ride on the sidewalk, and they see you there, and you say, man, what you doing? They're going to tell you how old you be on your boat, and they see you both paper.
Yeah, finish up.
Those are the things we are talking about, misbehavior. But I had a plan.
Yeah, you have 10 seconds.
To have a plan to organize a bicycle thing, event, and a track. And who could pop wheel for 5 miles, you get a certain amount of money.
Okay.
Then we will see who got skill.
Thank you. What we're going to do, we're going to begin the advocacy right now for this bicycle park. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. You were very active participants in Frank and Candid today. Look forward to resuming tomorrow. In the meantime, do the right thing.